A new effort by the Illinois Beef Association is designed to show the high quality of genetics within the Illinois cattle industry, says President Dave Duzan of the Illinois Beef Association.
We had the ability for producers all over the state to enroll 25 steers in a first-time program. It's called our Illinois Beef Steer Showcase, and U of I was nice enough to give us a tour of the beef farm today, and then we also got to look at the steers that are on feed and look at actual data on them. There was some dry matter intake data, feed conversion data, things like that, rate of gain. So, yeah, it's been a good day.
When you saw that data that they provided on those 25 steers, what did you get from that? Did you think we're going to have a really good project here?
Well, I think it just really outlines the quality of cattle that are being raised right here, and that goes back to commercial cattlemen. I mean, they've made these cattle better, and that's been reflected by the consumers in increased demand through all-time record high beef prices. So, yeah, I mean, most of the cattle were choice, going to be high choice or better. There was a few that were going to be low choice, so pretty much everything was in that choice category.
And Thad Tharp, one of the members of the Illinois Beef Association Board of Directors, chaired the project to prove the high quality of Illinois beef.
We can grow beef just as good as anybody out there, and we've got some of the highest quality carcasses, if not the highest quality carcasses in the country. So we're highlighting what our producers can do and what our genetics can do also.
And the outcome of that is what? Is this going to tell the consumer something that they may not know or already know?
Yeah, I believe so. It's going to educate some consumers. It's going to give some of our producers and participants some marketing tools and give them the data to help them drive decisions on their herd sires and other factors in the product that they build. Been very successful for the first year, and we hope to build on that. And you know, there's some little things we can tweak, but overall, I think we're fortunate to have had a system to mirror off of, and I don't know that there's a whole lot we would change.
Now, we're halfway through this. When we get to the end, somewhere in early summer, what will be happening?
So right around the first week of April, but in the month of April to May, first week of May somewhere, these cattle will go to harvest. And then we will gather all that data. Tyson will provide us with all the yield grade data, and we'll accumulate all that data. And at the summer annual meeting for Illinois Beef Association, we'll invite all the participants to come, and there's going to be an awards banquet. So there's 3 or 4 different categories that the top steers will place in, and those guys will get not only the bragging rights of being the best beef in Illinois, but also some award money. And you know, that's just a way of paying back the guys and gals that are doing a lot of donating to this program.
One of the participants who donated a steer was Rick Dean of Leroy, and he was quite happy with the preliminary data.
The educational factor, you know, it's we need to learn about the quality of product that we're producing. We know we produce a good product, but we want to learn so that we can produce, you know, a product the consumer desires. And we're really proud of what we're doing here. This is going to be a great educational thing for the whole industry.
Now, you've got some data that the university handed out today on the calves so far, the 25. What was on there that surprised you or made you really happy?
We're really happy with the way our calf performed. He gained almost 6 pounds a day, and that was one of the top calves, and he was a big calf too. So he's going to be, he weighs 1,400 pounds right now, and so at the end of the process, he's going to be 1,600. That's kind of where the industry wants him today. They want big. You know, our animal numbers are low, so if we can grow them a little bit bigger and make more pounds of beef, it's a good thing for the whole industry and consumers as well.
Okay. And so when you look at the outcome of this, how will you change your operation? Will you change management in any way as far as your operation would go?
Well, very potentially. We're going to see how things shake out in the end, and then and we'll learn about what worked well and what didn't work well, and And yeah, no, potentially we will change some things on our home operation to match and to equate to what we learned here.
Heading up the project at the Illinois Beef Farm was Dr. Josh McCann, who said the outcome will show the quality of beef in Illinois and help University of Illinois research on down the line.
This project in particular has been very enjoyable to be able to partner with producers and share meaningful data and really evaluate and be able to showcase the quality beef that we're producing here in the state of Illinois.
Now, you got 25 steers a few months back. You've done a lot of evaluation on rate of gain, things like that so far. Tell me what you have learned or what the producers will learn from this project.
Yeah, so those cattle came to us in late November and early December, and so they've been on feed for 75 to 90 days here. And over that amount of time, we've been able to demonstrate that observe that these cattle are really gaining very well. So they're averaging over 5 pounds a day and converting 5 pounds of feed to 1 pound of gain in the initial part here of this finishing phase. So that's been really good to see so far. We'll continue to see in the next kind of 75 to 90 days here how the cattle do in terms of their finishing. And so we'll be able to kind of monitor performance through the rest of the time. But we've already got some ultrasound measurements on the quality grade expected for this group of cattle. And so those early indications back that these cattle should grade really well by the time we get to the rail.
What's the next step in this process as far as the producers and the information that goes to them?
Yeah, so at the conclusion of this, we'll be able to recognize the producers that donated generously the outstanding cattle and a couple different key parameters that we'll evaluate. But the next step, honestly, is for the producers, a lot of times just getting more in touch with the data and the end product. And this is actually what the consumer is going to see. And so kind of connecting all of the dots from their cow herd or their feedlot to our feedlot and how these cattle are performing on an individual basis and connecting that all the way to the quality of the meat product. And so we're doing that all together, and then we're doing that for a really good cause to support the Illinois Beef Association and all that they do to support our beef industry.
It'll support the association, it'll support the producers. What about the eventual research for the university? What will the university learn out of this that you or colleagues could take down the line to improve the beef industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So this research project is going to just give us a really good feel for what the quality of beef that is being produced in the state of Illinois. We'll actually benchmark that relative to our university cow herds, and so might give us some opportunity to see what some advantages might be and what some areas we might be able to improve our university cow herd. And one of the things that when we're doing research, we want it to be able to apply to the industry so that our cattle are feeding like the cattle are fed in the industry. And so in this opportunity, we'll be able to kind of benchmark within our own system, our own facilities, our own feed and diet, be able to compare those things and maybe even see some opportunities where we can learn some things from these high quality cattle that are being produced in the state of Illinois.